Hello everyone, ESO Feanor here, and today we're talking about the Zeal of Zenithar event that's coming up. This is something that happens annually for any new players. This is not brand new. I'm sure you might have even seen videos. There's a plethora of them on YouTube and everywhere else. And, we're just going to talk about the same things that everyone else talks about, like all the collections and maybe some of the new things that are going to be added and the fun things we can do and people we're going to meet. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to be talking about money, how you're going to make money and I'm going to make money. Let's get into it. Okay, so the bit the bit's over. I'm going to take these off so I can actually see. I cannot read or see the screen very well in those glasses. So, first things first. The main thing, I mean, it's not even a secret. This you can find in any video ever done for the Zeal of Zenithar event in ESO. The main thing is the parcels that you get for doing a multitude of things in the game. It's no secret that you get parcels from various activities in the game, but it's not exactly a fully well-known bit of information of how you get the most out of your time. So two of the best ways possible is, I mean, you have to group up with someone. For Zeal of Zenithar, it's not like the Jubilee event. You need to be with a guild member, okay? So that's not going to be too difficult. You have the option of 5 guilds on every account. So if you can't find a single person who wants to make some money and do some farming with you at any given time, then you probably need to rethink at least one of your guild options, cycle it out, and get one that's more populated or more gold-centric, right? I assume because you're on this video, that's something that you're interested in, so it's something for you to consider. Either way, find somebody to farm with. Doesn't have to be the same person. You could swap them in and out. You could get a group of people. Doesn't really matter. But you can farm a couple different spots in Craglorn, which is also where you start the event. You have to come here for a quest and stuff. We'll get into that a little bit. I'll brush over those things a little bit less than other videos do, but I'll give you like a good starter for what you're going to be doing, even if you only want a gold farm. Okay, first things first, we are here in Craglorn, right in the location where you will talk to your daily quest lady. Her name is Fasaria. Right now there's no one, but in a day or so, there will be multiple NPCs around. She's going to have very simple quests for you to do with little objectives. You just have to complete one of them. You'll get your daily box. You'll be well on your way. Also, to get to her, you will have a crown store thing in featured. It'll be a quest to start the event. Just like a lot of the other events, you'll just pick it up. It'll lead you here. And let me show you on the map. I am just on the outskirts of Belkarth here in Craglorn, which is this region right here. Okay, so that should be enough to get you on the right path to get started. Next, we're going to jump over to my favorite path. You can usually get away with just doing one path, getting it really down, and that way you're super used to it and you don't mess it up. There is a second path, which I might show, but I'm most familiar with one. I've been doing it for a long time. I always get loot from it. I will say there's a caveat though. So if you don't do enough damage and there's more than 12 players involved in killing each of the bosses to get the drops, you will not get loot. So if you're the 13th DPS involved in the fight, you're not getting loot. I actually don't know 100% how that works with healers. I don't know if they're fully cut out of it or if they can combat it with heals, but there's not really a lot of healing opportunities. When there's a lot of people involved, it dies fast. It's quick loot. So if it's overpopulated, maybe don't pick this option. Maybe go with the one that I'm going to mention next. Okay, so this is typically the starting point. You can start anywhere. It depends on where the train is at. It'll be a train of people running it constantly. But it's kind of the starting area. This Ellen here Way Shrine, also in Craglorn, down in the bottom right corner. So you will start here. You will make your way over here between these rocks. And you're going to see this portal. Or you'll see, realistically, during events like this, you're going to see a pile of dead corpses. And it'll be a flesh atronach, okay? So once you spawn this, a bunch of mobs will come out, a couple waves of them, and then eventually it'll lead to that flesh atronach spawning. Once you kill the flesh Flesh Atronach, it counts towards you getting a box. It counts as a public event, and he is a world boss in a sense. So this is Portal 1. Portal number 2 is just right over here. It's a very simple, like, you don't even have to travel far, right? Portal 2. I'm going to go through them a lot quicker now, just so you have the path down and so we don't take forever in this video. Portal 3. Portal 4. And yeah, this is generally a very populated path. Sometimes in the wee hours of the morning, it might be unpopulated. There might only be 1 or 2 people running it, or none. And it can really slow down. But no matter what, it is still a really profitable run. Even if you can solo these, like I can solo these, it just takes longer. You could still do it that way if you want to. Although, I just caught myself. You need a guild member with you. I'm thinking Jubilee. Okay. So if you can duo these, which is still very feasible, then go ahead and do it. Okay? It's good loot. It's really not bad. So that's the last one. Then you can either jump in here and go back down to the Ellenhir Way Shrine. It's a really quick and lazy way to do it if you want to. Or you can run. That first boss you killed will not be up most likely, unless your group is going really, really slow. So you can just run your way back over. It's just right over this hill. And boom. Just like that, you're back at the beginning. It's a really good circular farm. You don't really get cleaner than that, right? So that's it. You just run that as much as you want, as much as you can. Fill up your bags. Do all the boxes all at once. That's how I'd advise doing it. Just keep going as much as you can. Get through all your loot, your amazing loot. Sometimes it might not be the best loot ever, but it's so rare that you fill 100 to 200 slots of these chests and get nothing. You're gonna get some really good stuff. There's stacks of dragon's blood. There's stacks, like 20 stacks of columbine. Sometimes you get ethereal dust, I believe. There's patterns, motifs. You're going to get a lot of valuable things. You also can get pouches with currency. So you can get pouches with currency. They're going to have like hundreds of Telvar stone or hundreds of gold, sometimes 1,000. But you're also able to get 100,000 of either. If you get 100,000 Telvar, that's some good money. Okay. So we'll get into those things a little bit as well as we progress throughout the video. This is more so about how to get the boxes. I'm going to take you to one of my preferred farming areas now. Okay, here we are. Good old Deshaan, right? It's not the best place to farm most of the time. You can get some money here. It's not the worst place, that's for sure. But during Zeal of Zenithar, this is a really good spot, in my opinion. You can technically do anywhere you like for anchors, because we're going to be doing anchor farming here. There's people doing them currently. Not something I would usually advise unless you're going for something specific or you like to XP farm here, which again, you can double up, get some XP while you're doing this, pop some XP scrolls. But you're going to go from anchor to anchor to anchor, and it's really not that bad of pathing for this zone. And it's not, the other thing that I like about it is it's not overpopulated. You run into the same issues with like loot, right? You want to get the kill on the boss. So if you go to Alakir, where it's always overpopulated and people are known to just spam it for XP farm, then you're very often not going to be getting loot unless you have a super powerful like burst build that you can just get a huge chunk of that boss done as soon as it spawns. I'd recommend going to a place like Deshaan, or pick whichever one you like. Some have worse pathing than others, so I'd advise you to like really test it out, or if you already know one that you like, take a guild member with you. Always remember that part. Take a guild member, group up, hit your farm how you like. I'm going to run through this one real quick just so you can see how easy and painless it is. So let's run up to this first one that people are doing. I'm not going to actually complete it because there's no reason to right now for me. So here's anchor 1. Let's pretend we killed the boss. Then we're gonna run back over. You can also just pay to teleport, but it's honestly not faster. I think it might take longer to sit there and cast your teleport, and then you're paying for it. And if you're going fast enough, it's gonna get pricey, even though the prices are reduced for this event. So let's go to this one now, just right over this hill. There's also another thing. You get a chest from doing actual world bosses. So if you have a good enough group, if you have a group of 12, and you're sure you're getting loot every time, you can stop and hit things like this. There's a troll boss that spawns here. Okay, so you can throw those in between. But these anchors spawn really fast. So honestly, you might just be doing yourself a disservice. You gotta figure out what's working best for your group, see how fast you can knock stuff out, and at what rate you should be stopping to do those types of things. So we're gonna run back on this one now too. This one would be the most questionable one on if you want to just teleport to the next one. It's got the most of a run. I kind of took a misstep there, but still. And this one's another really close one. So two of them are very, very close to the way shrine. The other one's like still pretty close, medium range, no major like obstacles, a giant hillside or anything like that. Nothing. I'm pushing every button right now. Nothing horrible. So it's really a good location for anchor farming. So you can pump these out. I don't have the numbers memorized. I might get the details and put them in the comments as soon as Zenithar starts going and I start doing this farm. I remember it being extremely profitable in the past, but I would hate to try to guess and give you the wrong numbers. But it is a lot of crates per hour, and decent XP, like I said. So, yep. Moving on to the next thing. Okay. Now that we've talked about how to get the crates, or at least my preferred places to get the crates, let's talk about what to do with your currency. So I don't just mean gold. I mean gold, I mean Telvar stones, and I mean alliance points. This event affects all of them. So a lot of people aren't even aware of their PvP currencies. And that's because I know PvP isn't everyone's bag, right? So I totally understand if you're thinking like, oh, well, alliance points, what do I have? A little bit of them. I remember getting some during a login event and some Telvar stones. Sure. You might actually have a lot. If you've been playing for months or years and you've never really dipped into PvP, it's not your thing. You might want to check all of your characters. See if they have alliance points, see if they have Telvar. It's per character in your currency bag. Check them all, send them to your bank, put them all into one character, and you should go hit those vendors and see what they have, because it's not just PvP gear. You're thinking probably, World of Warcraft level stuff, right? No, there is bind on equip, like motifs and style pages and stuff worth a lot of money. So depending on how much you have and then how much you accrue during this event, because you're also going to be getting Telvar from these bags, you're really going to want to consider spending it. I know my wife at some point, before she really understood that and had her alliance points, had I think like 2 million. And then I showed her the vendor, and she didn't have as many gold woes after that. There were some motifs on there that I believe at the time, they're not going for the same amount now, but at the time they were like 600,000, 800,000 gold or something like that. So check it out. They're still very profitable, even if it's not the same as before. Very profitable. Make that turnover. If you're never going to use it for anything else, now's the time to use it to make gold. You can convert all of those things into gold. So that is the first thing. There's still another. So we also need to talk about gold itself. So 10% off at vendors. If you don't know enough about the vendors, you might think, like, what do I need at them? Most of what I need is always on the traders. You don't get the 10% off at a guild trader. You don't get 10% off in the crown store. But what you do get is 10% off at furniture vendors. If you're a decorator and you need to stock up on 100 of something that costs 1,000 gold, now you get 10% off of that. Maybe you want to get a few of those items that are hundreds of thousands of gold, 10% off. You also get it on buying houses. So if you're a house collector, a decorator, whatever, just a completionist in general, and you have enough gold laying around, you can go buy up the houses right now for 10% less than you ever would have paid. It really adds up. I will say some of the houses, a lot of the houses, require you to have certain content completed, an achievement. So you're going to want to check in on those. And if you want to get the discount on some of the more expensive houses, it may or may not be worth your time, depending on your priorities, to work on that achievement now, even though the event's about to start, or has already started if you're watching it at that point, just to be able to get that 10%. Especially if you're almost done with the achievement, now's the time. Finish it up, buy the house. You'll be happy about it later. Okay, the next thing is that we've talked about the crates, but we've not really talked about what you're going to get out of them too much, or what to do with the stuff that you get out of them. And you're like, well, what, use them, sell them? Yeah. But there's extra details to that, stuff that's not really talked about. And this may be too sweaty for some people. Maybe you want to go more casual with it. That's totally fine. This is just something I want to put out there, something that I do. And maybe other people will want to benefit from it as well. So you're going to get style pages. You're going to get crafting patterns. You're going to get motifs and various crafting materials and whatnot, right? I don't sell crafting materials. I almost always utilize them to craft and then find ways to make them more valuable through crafting. It is extremely rare that I'll sell a crafting material, and it's usually because someone needs it. And then a lot of times I'll just give it away, okay? I would not advise being a material seller, but I know everyone has their own priorities and how their gameplay's set up. Maybe you don't have the means to craft or the knowledge, or you don't want to spend the time. That's totally fine. But even if you're going to sell the mats, I would do it in the first couple days. You're going to notice the price is going to dwindle pretty fast during this event. I would hold off on selling materials after a few days into the event and long after the event. It's not good money. You're always going to lose money doing it that way. And if you can hold off, if you have enough money on the side, then it is best to wait. And at the end of the event, you should buy up on materials. So I usually buy thousands of materials at the end of Zenithar. And then months later, I'm still benefiting from that because it's like stocks. I bought it low and then it just increases in value. So no matter what I need to craft, I know I'm crafting it with the cheapest possible materials that I purchased. I farm a lot of my own as well, especially in the past. But at this point, I have so many materials all the time that I know there's a large chunk of them that I've just bought low. So anytime I craft something, I'm not even making the amount that I think I'm making. It's technically more. If I really wanted to think about, like, I'm making, 20 to 50% more on every craft that I do. There's that. Style pages. Sell as fast as you can, especially the new ones. They're going to be the most valuable on day 1, minute 1, right? And then every minute later, as the event goes on, it's going to plummet as the auction houses fill up with that style page. For whatever reason, people don't want to wait, and they will buy them right away. So you can sell them all day, every single day, as long as you keep up with the market going down. Once there's like 5 to 10 that are below your price, it's very unlikely you're going to sell them, and it's going to just keep going. So you might do a lot of pulling and relisting, okay? Keep on top of that. You can make good money. Similar, but not exactly the same. Style pages are the worst. They're super volatile, and they're going to be worth nothing at the end. But patterns and motifs, these are other things that will start high because they are already high, and then they're going to drop a lot. People farm the hell out of this event. So something that was a rare motif, because you can get, I believe, nearly, if not every motif, almost any motif and pattern out of this. So some of the most expensive ones and the middle ground ones will start to dwindle because other people will get them out of their Zenithar boxes. Hopefully it'll be you. Hopefully it'll be me. You should sell them early on, but if you go on to Tamriel Trade Center and you notice that it's taken like a 40% decline or 30%, maybe even less, you can just hold on to it. If you have the means and you have the space, I know not everybody does. Not everyone plays with ESO Plus. I feel bad for you guys. It's honorable. I could not do it myself. But if you don't have ESO Plus, if you don't have other characters as mules, if you do not have other accounts as mules, If you don't have all of the containers in your house and you're running low on space, maybe this isn't the best method for you. But if you want to be sweaty about it and you have the space, hold on to them. Hoard those motifs, hoard those patterns. In about 5 to 8 months' time, they will be back near their peak. They could be higher. They'll probably be around the same or maybe a little bit lower. But either way, your money's going to come back to you a lot larger if you're able to wait. Okay, so that is one of my most sweaty tips, along with also buying up materials at the end of the event. Just utilize your money intelligently and as you want to. Okay. For the final couple things, I'm going to put some examples of loot that comes out of the crates here, or the parcels. And we're going to talk a bit about writs and making sure you're happy while playing the game, okay? So, first things first, every single day you can get a parcel from doing your writs. Writs are still and will continue to be extremely profitable, as far as I can tell, forever. Okay, so even during this event, I would still advise doing your writs. They don't take long, it's always good money, and now you get at least a parcel out of it, right? If you're somebody that likes to have more diversity in their gameplay and they aren't going to want to brainlessly farm the couple spots that I've said or something similar to that, and you want to have breaks, but you still want to benefit from the event, you can do master writs. So every single day, you can do a master writ of every crafting style. So alchemy, enchanting, woodworking, all those types of things. You can do one a day and get a parcel from it. So again, this is not better than just coming in and farming these anchors or the Craglorn bosses. Okay, it just isn't. But if you need that diversity, feel free to do that, and you're still going to get something out of it. You can also do the same with stealing. I feel like they really should have bumped up the chance that you get parcels and whatnot from stealing, especially from the troves, because it's not like they're all over the place, and it's not worth it. If you like to do it, do it, but it's definitely not worth it. If we're just talking to purely like time and money, it's nowhere close to the best thing. And that kind of leads us into the next subject and the final subject I wanted to touch on, which is don't let FOMO consume you. I'm talking about this stuff because it's something I really like. I love to be able to do this stuff in games. I love to be able to have the means, the financial means to buy whatever I want for myself and everybody else. So I like to just pick up random noobs sometimes, not even in our guild. Like I do it in our guild, but I also just do it with random players. I like to create that old school MMO feeling. I remember being young and running into a warrior, like level 42 warrior in World of Warcraft, and he bought me my first blue item ever, geared me up, gave me some gold, and I could not believe how happy I was. That has made an impression on me forever, and I feel like it probably plays a part into why I am how I am. But I really like that feeling in MMOs. So having a bunch of finances in the game allows me to bring that dream to life. And that's why I run the guild the way that I do as well. So I like to reduce stress in these games, even if it's like increasing mine. It's not a stress that I mind. I really do enjoy the like grind and fight to gain finances and game the system. If you're like that, then you're really gonna enjoy this type of video, and maybe hopefully you got something from it. Maybe you already know all these things and you're already doing them. But hey, now we're relating. We're on the same page. If you have anything else that I don't, share it in the comments. I'm always open to learn new things. But for those of you who are like, this sounds like a job and I'm stressed, I'm not going to be able to keep up with this, and I feel like I'm not going to get enough out of this event, do not wring your hands over it. Let it go. It's okay. Enjoy the game. Have fun. You're probably going to make some amount of money out of this event, and you can utilize some of this information to do that better. But you don't need to go hardcore grind. I don't even do it all the time like I used to. I have other stuff going on. I'm doing this YouTube stuff. I have a full-time job that is extremely stressful. Like, this is not stress to me. This is fun. But if this is stress to you, don't let it be. Do the more fun things in the game. Maybe dip in and out of this, right? Get a little bit out of this event You don't need to min-max how much you're getting out of it unless you want to. If that makes you feel good, then more power to you, and I'll probably be there and we'll be making money alongside each other. But yeah, just do what makes you happy, okay? I think that's going to do it for this video, and I hope everyone enjoys the event. I hope everyone has a great time, makes good money, or, you know, gets whatever they need out of it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and in the comments, like I was saying earlier, give me any information that you want to share, or ask me any questions you feel like I was too vague on or something like that, you know? Let me know. Communicate. I'm here for it, okay? Have a good day.